1. Introduction to love bombing. Love bombing refers to the overwhelming display of affection and attention from someone at the beginning of a relationship. It's characterized by grand gestures, constant communication, and an emotional intensity that seems disproportionate to the duration of the relationship. Example: imagine you just met someone online. Within a week, they've sent dozens of messages, delivered flowers to your workplace, and made grand statements about feeling like you're the one they've been searching for their entire life. 2. What is love bombing? Love bombing is an excessive display of affection, attention, and admiration designed to influence and control another person, particularly at the start of a relationship. Example: Sarah meets Jake, and by the second date, Jake is constantly texting her, buying expensive gifts, and talking about how perfect they are for each other. 3. The meaning of love bombing. The essence of love bombing lies in its purpose: manipulation through emotional overload. The bomber aims to create dependency and emotional attachment through idealized affection, setting the stage for potential emotional abuse. Example: after a few encounters, Mark starts planning a holiday with Nina and often talks about their future children, using these fantasies to deepen Nina's emotional investment. 4. Manipulation in love bombing. Manipulation through love bombing involves the calculated use of affection to gain power and control over someone's feelings and decisions. This dynamic is often used to control the recipient's actions and isolate them. Example: Lisa finds herself receiving constant praise from Tom, her new boyfriend, who insists she quit her job because he can take better care of her, subtly taking control of her life. 5. How do you recognize love bombing? Recognizing love bombing involves noting the intensity and rapidity of the relationship's progression. Signs include promises of a perfect future very early on, excessive gifts, and an overwhelming amount of communication. Example: within days of meeting, Alex is bombarding Jamie with texts throughout the day and night, sends gifts to Jamie's home, and insists on daily dinners together. 6. Love bombers want to move ahead very quickly. Love bombers often push for a deep commitment swiftly to deepen the bond. They might suggest serious relationship steps like moving in together or getting married unusually early. Example: 2 weeks into dating, Carla's new partner is suggesting they move in together to save on rent and start a more committed phase of their relationship. 7. General compliments in love bombing. Compliments in love bombing are lavish and relentless. The bomber often praises the target excessively, making them feel uniquely special and emotionally indebted. Example: Kevin compliments every aspect of Chloe's appearance and personality, repeatedly telling her she is unlike anyone he's ever met, making her feel both special and increasingly indebted to return his affections. 8. They give, and ask, a lot of attention in love bombing. Love bombers lavish their targets with attention and expect the same level of attention in return. They engage in constant communication and express dissatisfaction when not reciprocated. Example: MIA receives dozens of messages from her new boyfriend throughout the day, each one asking about her activities and feelings, and expressing disappointment when she's too busy to reply immediately. 9. Suffocation in love bombing. Suffocation occurs as the constant attention becomes invasive and overwhelming, making the target feel trapped and unable to maintain their personal space. Example: Helen feels overwhelmed as her new boyfriend insists on accompanying her everywhere, including girls' nights out, family gatherings, and even doctor's appointments. 10. They want to be with you all the time in love bombing. Love bombers insist on being a constant presence in their partner's life, which can initially feel comforting but soon becomes stifling as they intrude on all areas of life. Example: after just a few dates, Greg starts showing up at Donna's workplace for lunch every day and gets upset if she makes plans without him on weekends. 11. They open up to you very quickly in love bombing. Love bombers share personal secrets and vulnerabilities early on to simulate a deep level of trust and intimacy, often pressuring their partner to reciprocate prematurely. Example: within the first week of meeting, John shares deep personal struggles and secrets with Emma, making her feel a pressured responsibility to take care of him emotionally. 12. Spot the red flags in love bombing. Red flags in love bombing include rapid relationship progression, promises of commitment too soon, and reactions of anger or sadness when the bomber's demands are not met. Example: Danielle notices that her new boyfriend gets upset whenever she spends time with her friends instead of him and has already started talking about engagement after only a month. 13. Discuss your feelings in love bombing. It's vital to acknowledge and discuss feelings that arise from being love bombed, such as confusion, guilt, or fear, as these emotions can be manipulated to deepen the control the love bomber has over their target. Example: feeling both charmed and alarmed by her partner's intensity, Rachel talks to her therapist about her mixed emotions, seeking clarity on her feelings of joy mixed with anxiety. 14. Don't be tempted by love bombers. Resisting the allure of love bombers involves recognizing the initial charm but maintaining boundaries and seeking external perspectives to keep the relationship progression healthy and natural. Example: despite enjoying the lavish attention, Maria senses something off when her boyfriend reacts poorly to her spending time with her sister, reminding herself to take things slow and assess his behavior objectively. 15. Dangerous in love bombing. The dangers of love bombing include leading to psychological control, emotional abuse, and a loss of personal identity, making it difficult for the target to break free from the abusive dynamics. Example: Julie starts to feel isolated as her boyfriend criticizes her friends and gradually pressures her to spend less time with them, making her more dependent on him. 16. Become aware of the signs and risks of love bombing. Educating oneself about the signs and tactics of love bombing is key to preventing oneself from falling into manipulative relationship dynamics and recognizing unhealthy patterns early on. Example: after attending a workshop on healthy relationships, Tom recognizes the early signs of love bombing in his new relationship and decides to address them by setting clear boundaries. 17. Summary of love bombing. Love bombing is a seductive but manipulative tactic used to win over someone's affection quickly and overwhelmingly, setting the stage for potential emotional manipulation and abuse. Example: after a whirlwind month filled with gifts, trips, and promises, Sam takes a moment to reflect on the rapidity and intensity of his new relationship, recognizing the potential risks of such a fast-moving romance. 18. Word of wisdom. If you suspect you're being love-bombed, take a step back and assess the relationship objectively. Communicate your feelings and concerns with trusted friends or family. Most importantly, set firm boundaries, proceed cautiously, and prioritize your emotional and mental health above the rapid advances of a new relationship. Example: when Liz feels rushed by her partner's marriage proposal after just 3 weeks, she consults with her older sibling, who advises her to express her need for more time to understand her feelings and the relationship better.